It's the same as the CPT thing when the guy stabbed the lady. The lady was screaming, "What is happening? You can't say it."
They keep saying that they get rage blackouts. This has been a constant word where people now refer to rage blackouts. Now I'm asking, where's the rage coming from if the person was not attacking you from the start?
Exactly.
And another thing is we need to look at the fact that
bullying is still wrong at the
Yeah,
end of
it
the
is.
day.
It is,
I
it
don't
is.
condone that behavior because it breaks people's confidence. Some people end up actually taking their own lives because of such things. And you would think, we are joking, don't take it serious. We are joking. And there's someone, you would say something. You must be precautious, boy.
looks like a 12-year-old clapped.
Being goal orientated, whereby you want to achieve dreams.
Is for you to bring them back to perspective on their value and their worth.
Don't you want to We are waiting. Let her cool.
Okay. Students,
Bafundi, welcome to the number one student podcast in SA. So today, guys, we want to shine a light on something that many people have been ignoring. I just wanted to talk about from high school students, high school learners that were attacked, to online online humiliation, to bullying on campus. These are significant problems and challenges that we face as university students, and I think it's not even spoken about a lot. So today's episode is going to be definitely about that. But love on your screen, guys, it's the one and only MR Mongo. And I'm not walking alone, I'm walking with the one and only producer on my far left. And
me.
the one and only screen lady, Umaya. How do you guys feel? And then also behind the screens, we have the one and only, hey, Stulmund, Abongil. Are you good?
Good, right?
Great to have you guys here. A new panel, a new face. Have you been on camera, Nje?
Just not this one, but yeah.
Okay, man. Firstly, I just want to know, man. Did you know about the attack on the high school learner by the UJ students?
Yeah, I just heard about it. I was reading about it about a minute ago.
So, what's your take on that?
Well, obviously, it's not something that can be promoted, but we know how people behave when they are under the influence of alcohol. So anything happens, but just to ensure that we also talk about valid points and the real story, it's best we just get some reference and read through what has happened exactly, and then we can speak based on what's written.
So do you think, I don't think it's also justified. I don't think alcohol has to justify any actions of anyone. I think that's why, man, people should be responsible with such things.
Yeah.
If you know that you're going to take substance, make sure even if it's not that kind of event, but even if, let's say, it's driving and they said don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
So it was wrong in any way, man. Angeke ichinche manje court because those guys were intoxicated, and then they say, because you guys were intoxicated, we can't. Yeah. So I feel like because I've also seen it on TikTok. It's actually big. I saw students. I keep on saying students, learners. I saw a lot of learners. They were wearing this blue uniform. I don't know if you know the school. Can you please search for us the school just for context, ne?
And sorry. And another thing frustrating about incidents like this is we know South Africa is not going to do anything about it.
Hey.
They always don't.
But if it's Minidlamini,
Not so long, there was another case
Don't go there.
of rape that took place. What did they do about it? It just faded in the air. I believe this one will as well.
And now I really don't know how. I don't even want to say how the justice system will go about this, but I've been trying to catch myself up with the story, right? And from what I understand is that even for this whole situation to get to where it did, these people merely out of innocence asked a ride from the bus driver who was carrying the students, including the one that got hurt. So now what I'm understanding is that they left their room to go get more of whatever they were drinking. And from there they thought, oh, let's get a lift. And then after getting the lift, it's
From the school bus.
from the school bus. And then when they get into the school bus, they harass the people they get in the bus.
So they wanna take charge.
So now I don't know if now are we going to be blaming the alcohol, or do we question the character of the human? Because how do you get into a place where you find me and then want to now make me feel uncomfortable and harass me? And now the bus driver, I believe he was annoyed and said everybody must now get off his bus. Now with everybody getting off, this is when they take the opportunity to say, let's attack this person.
Isn't the bus Ganti isn't it a school bus, like school bus? Because I don't think anyone should be permitted to
get on the bus unless
it's like the shuttles, man.
Yeah.
The CPUT shuttle won't permit AUWC student to go inside the shuttle.
Again, there's a lot of foul play in this. The bus driver probably thought I could make a buck out of this.
Yeah, Mara, that's
You
where it
understand?
starts to be wrong.
That's
man.
why I'm saying there's a lot of foul play that took place from just the driver who was so inconsiderate of the safety of the learners that were in the bus to start with. Just because they were university students, it didn't mean that they were not a threat to the people that were in the bus, because they are not the personnel that should be in the bus to start
100%.
with.
Can we get context to find it?
The school name is Melusi High School, right? And it's also stated here, speaking on a correction, it says the boy was brutally murdered after the beating that he got from the UJ students. It doesn't give us much context then. And then it says the 2 students are arrested currently.
Only 2 students.
Yes.
So only one is not arrested. Because
Yeah.
apparently there were 3.
So it says here 2 students were
It's
arrested.
only
yeah,
true
they
from
do
the
mention here
story
that there's
I-
a third suspect.
There's a third suspect because the story that I keep hearing is there were 2 students that were okay, so I listened to a video on TikTok. I don't know how credible is this guy, but then he says that these gents were sitting in their room and they decided to go refill whatever they were drinking. On their way, they asked the bus driver for a lift, which they got. Once they were in the car, they started harassing the students on some give your beanie, give this, now basically mugging the students and the learners, pardon me. And then the bus driver said they should get off. Upon them getting off, Tebo was actually one that I guess he was closer to home because apparently he also got off. But then when he got off, this is when they thought it was a good idea to attack him.
But my take is this, Melusi, is the fact that are we blaming the university or are we blaming the students, right? Number one, it brings a bad name to the university.
To the image of the
Already did,
university.
yes.
Yes, because now it is a thing that society is going to the university and fight for the student or for the learner who passed on. It's no longer it's a fight now between the university and society.
I would understand if it happened within
On
the
school
premises.
grounds.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
But it didn't even happen within the premises of UJ.
Of UJ.
So I don't think UJ should be accountable for anything. But I'm not saying I'm not also being like sensitive towards this.
I think this just has to do with how the learners are affiliated with the university. The fact that we don't know them as individuals, but rather you can say that, oh, these guys from this institution, you understand? I think it's the affiliation that now makes the society to attack the university. Just like when that guy that stabbed the CPUT learner, the husband and wife situation,
It was
where
CPUT
when they
and
attacked,
UWC.
the attacks were mainly to the universities
Yeah.
and not to the individuals. But also in that case, it was kind of valid because
Yeah.
it did happen on
In
the
the
premises
premises
of
residence.
the university. Yes. So, but this is it's a bit, I don't know, it's complex to see how I don't know.
Do you think, I want to ask you something. Do you think if it was a place, or if it portrayed itself, man, in a way, Guti, these people met, it's the same story of the three guys or two guys coming from the arrest or whatsoever, going to buy that thing they wanted to buy, and then they met maybe in a in a car, and then they were asking for a lift. They actually sat with the learners, and then everything transpired, because I think that the thing that makes it the UJ and the high school, it's the uniform, number one. I think if they were not wearing uniform, I think it would be different. The second thing, it's the school bus. That's the second thing. And I don't clearly understand
The
why.
uniform, just to get context of it, were the UJ students wearing apparels from the UJ?
No, they were not.
Okay.
It's
I
the
don't-
it's
it's
the
the
learners.
learners
that are
The
wearing
the learners were
uniform,
wearing school uniform. You see, so that's why I'm asking myself, would it be portrayed in a different way if it was the learners are not wearing uniform, number one, number two, they met with the UJ learners, but maybe in a store or somewhere, and then they got harassed and
And that's what's going to be a
stabbed.
different story.
It could have been a different story on its own, but also it was just going to, I think it was just going to align according to like a 20-year-old something stabbed a 17-year-old. That's all it was going to be. But remember, the safety of the learners was compromised the minute those
bus.
two people or three people got onto the bus.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand? Also, the other thing that I'm trying to understand is if you were just going to buy a refill, where were you going with the weapons that you had? Because is it a baseball bat and a knife that they had? Where were they going with those things that now, if they were protecting themselves, why are they using them against people that they don't need
Exactly.
to be? Like, there's just a lot that's going on, and I think there's just a whole psychiatric thing.
It's demonic.
No, he's right. Because
You can say that again, because there's no way under normal circumstances you would think that a person, if you took something to protect yourself with, now you're going to use it on people that are not even attacking you.
But I feel like I'm still standing there where I'm saying the school bus was there. The school bus driver was wrong. He shouldn't have
he was.
permitted.
Yeah.
he was.
He shouldn't have permitted.
He was, yes. And then I just feel like places that should take accountability is number one, the bus driver, the school who hired the bus driver, because what are you doing with the bus driver, number one? The university also should take accountability. What are they going to do with the 3 or 2 students that attacked the learner, right? Because now what's at stake is the fact that someone is gone. An innocent soul. We do not know if the boy attacked first or whatever, but now it portrays as an innocent soul has been taken out of life because of alcohol. And we're going to blame it on alcohol, but I do not think that we should blame it on alcohol, because it's a saying that's saying drunk talks are sober thoughts, because your mind is awakened. I've never drank alcohol, so I wouldn't know, but I would assume that your mind is still awakened when you're doing whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
You're seeing this child is crying for his life. You
But
step
you're
in.
still
What is
continuing.
happening in your
Yeah.
mindset? It's the same as the CPT thing when the guy stabbed the lady. The lady was screaming. What is happening in your
Yo.
mindset?
They keep saying that they get rage blackouts. This has been a constant word where people now refer to rage blackouts. Now I'm asking, where's the rage coming from if the person was not attacking you from the start?
Exactly.
And another thing is, we need to look at the fact that, as you mentioned, those people carried weapons from wherever they are coming from. So it's a preconceived thought, according to me. What were you going to use the weapon for
Exactly.
in the first place?
You are ready to attack.
You understand?
There's people who are born to attack.
Yeah. No, he's right.
Oh, guys. So, yeah, from that, I just want us also to talk about something that has been happening in the internet. Yes, yeah, this one, I don't know what. I'm having mixed emotions about it. So, apparently, there was a lady that was walking on the biggest stage in university. the reason why we all go to university. And then she was actually trying to celebrate about like you cherishing the moment. Everyone was dancing when they got to stage. And then she also, I think she planned it properly. She planned it properly, but the execution, wasn't on point because she was dancing and then she fell.
Yeah.
And then now people are trolling her on TikTok, man. On TikTok, on X. Yeah, people are saying all those things. Some of them talking about her shoes. Some of them talking about what was she doing. This is going to live forever in her life. Some are saying, hey, I wouldn't wake up. I would sleep there until everyone leaves. So I just want your thoughts on this. What do you think?
So number one, let's start with the shoes, right? I feel like people just say whatever they want to say. So the shoes that we saw on stage, why don't we assume this person had high heels on, but she took them off because she knew she was gonna make a dance day? It just didn't go right.
They didn't assume because they saw that they.
She
They're
took
talking
them
about what
off.
they saw.
She took them
She
off.
took the shoes off. She had them in her hands. They were kitten heels.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That wherever she stood up from, we don't know what she was wearing. So what if she had those shoes that the people saw because she knew it's easy to take off since there was a dance that she was going to make. You understand? But at the same time, I understand that people are just gonna comment based on what they see.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yeah, there's one who's saying being shy will actually save you a lot
Thank
of
you.
embarrassment.
Mm.
But
Are you saying thank you to that, or are you saying thank you to the
I
comment?
am saying thank you to the comment, but also I don't know I feel like it's a bit too weighed. You understand?
is.
It has to, like, why do you feel like a person should be shy? Maybe they wanted to express themselves in that way and dance like that. But at the same time, that a lot of guababa and don, it low key it kind of apply because sometimes you sit and you think, if I didn't do that, I really could have survived that whole thing. You
Yeah,
understand?
man, we can't live on that now.
And
But at
there's
the same
one,
time,
there's one that's saying that's the reason why I didn't go to varsity.
oh my
Okay,
word,
no,
no,
that's
that's what is
just
very
crazy.
stupid.
That's
But okay, looking at this, it was funny at that moment, right? But things once they go to social media now they
they get
become
escalated.
very wrong. That lady who could wake up tomorrow, she killed herself because of being bullied. Because that is actual bullying. There's things that are being said, and most people that are saying these things did not even go to varsity. And you cannot stop how you feel at that moment.
Because I mean, you've been suffering for years.
4 years, and Lando was she's dancing her lights out. And I mean, it's a rejoice moment.
Yeah.
So now you guys to come and attack her and be like, you should be shy, you should be like this, you should. Nah.
I think this thing of being shy now, I think sometimes it's just stemming from how things used to be back in the day. You understand? When people, like back in the 2000s, when people were graduating, the most you could do to show your excitement for this victory was just to lift your thing like this and everybody sees, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
And then as time came, now people started dancing on stage. Now people started bringing props to stage, and some people are still stuck with that thing. But like, just take your thing, walk down the stage. You will celebrate with your family now. But they don't understand that. I don't know.
What if you don't have a family?
You see, the other thing also is that school has a different toll on different people. You might have been doing a 4-year degree for 6 years. You cannot do anything but jump on that
Yes.
stage. You can't help
Yeah.
it. And for people to be coming at her like that, I feel like it's really unfair because it's not like she planned, okay, now I'm going to put the shoe here and I'm going to slip on it and I'm going to fall.
At the same time, sorry to cut you off, you can continue.
You go, my friend.
At the same time, we must also take note that we people don't think the same. All those people who are just there on social media, not all of them have actually, or they are, I don't know, mental wise, man, we don't think the same. Some people just feel comfortable saying something totally stupid on a social media, making a comment that's totally out of order and just don't feel guilty about it.
But do you think that I feel like also in a way we should be accountable of things we do? Like we should be precautious, man, with things we
Melusi,
do.
let me give you an example, Nick.
Can I finish?
Okay.
We should be accountable and precautious with things we do. I understand it was a big moment for her but she knows like a lot of cameras are there. I feel like doing something like that in a grand stage like that, where you see a lot of people are taking cameras, taking pictures and all that. I'm not saying it. She should take in all the criticism and all that, but a part of me is thinking that okay, maybe if she thought about it maybe a bit.
Yeah, we
But
are.
Melusi,
You know what it's like?
But Melusi, she didn't plan to fall.
That's the
Exactly.
thing. She didn't plan
didn't
to
plan to
fall,
fall.
but she should have accounted to a
How?
risk.
Melusi, explain this to me, ne?
Okay.
There were episodes whereby we had models here. He asked them, "Can you please catwalk for me?"
Can I-
What would have
fell?
happened if she fell in front
Mara,
of the camera?
that's a different.
It's
Can
not
I- can I
different.
make- Can I make an
It is
example?
not different.
Can I make an example?
Yes,
Can I
it's
make an
not.
example? We showed an episode with Sid Kuluva. It was a live episode.
Exactly.
There was a live audience. If I go there, I know, Guti, I have to what? What if I fumble? What if I fumble? I'm doing my intro, I fumble, people laugh at me. I made a lot of mistakes. But for me, I have to psychologically prepare myself. But in case I mess this up,
I think
it's already out
It's
there.
different
I
because
think-
that was an action. What you're making example of, it's
yes.
verbal.
Also, besides
And it was
that,
a
Melusi-
Mara, you
moment of
guys-
excitement.
Exactly.
Melusi, I think instead of saying she should psychologically prepare herself for what people are going to say because cameras are out and anything, you should say that people should be cautious of the things that they think.
But
or
that's
say.
why I started
We
by
have
saying
had-
cautious. Most.
We have had we have encountered so many unintended comments that led to people's demise, where people committed things. I don't want to say the act, but where people commit the act, and it's all because of one simple comment that set up so this is about you as a person thinking before you type with
That's true,
those
yeah.
monkey fingers of yours.
I'm
and
not.
giving a serious comment.
Hey, monkey fingers. Okay, guys. Let's take a short break, guys, and we'll be back after this. But yeah, you know, the real tribe of coffee. It's always the one. Has never changed. And monkey fingers, chief, monkey fingers. I'm not standing with them.
Yes.
With what?
With them monkey fingers. Not standing with them. Just saying, be precautious, chief. Yeah. Students, it pains us to know that 80% of you haven't subscribed to the channel. So we would like to ask you, whether you are a student, a lecturer, or professional working class, please hit the subscribe button down below. And just by that small act, you're going to be helping us to being the biggest student platform in the continent. So can you please subscribe and share the channel to more people, and we promise to give you the most valuable content that you've ever experienced and give you the best guest that you can. Thank you so much. You must be precautious, boy.
Looks like a 12-year-old clapped.
You just bruised his ego.
I know. Guys,
It felt like
it felt like she snapped. No, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, yeah. We are back. Bullying is really a problem, guys.
And you are bullying me.
The clip felt like.
Just be cautious of what you do.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm recording.
Maybe don't you think like that's what happened to the lady?
Nah.
Like somebody said, "Are you sure you're gonna do the dance?"
I'm
and
sure
then
there's someone-
she overthought it,
Nah.
and
And then she
slipped
fumbled.
through the gown or something, guys.
then
No,
slipped
she
on
really
through the
slipped.
shoe.
She slipped on her shoe.
She really slipped.
Blame
When
the
I-
shoes.
It's not the shoes, it's the floor. The floor was too slippery. I
I'm sure
think the floor.
the shoes were not really.
Mara, she was not wearing shoes. She took shoes off.
Guys,
And
those
then-
moments, they happen. It can happen to anyone. It once
But
happened
do
to
you-
me as well, where I fell in front of people on high heels,
But you were not on
fell from the
graduation
stairs,
stage.
rolling down to the ground. I didn't plan for that to happen.
Same. I also fell and broke my arm once. But
See?
and it's something that,
It can
guys,
happen
it's
to
not. You
anyone.
cannot plan it. I was
can't plan
walking,
fully.
Guys,
kept walking.
But do you know what I'm
I just
I'm-
want to say, I I find falling very embarrassing.
It is an
It's
embarrassing
embarrassing.
moment.
right?
I
But
admire.
also, I think the biggest thing that I find back at home, every time when you fall after a certain age,
And they'll be
they
like,
ask no. When you are 18 going up
Aye.
and you fall, they ask you the question, young. It's like you are not allowed to fall as an old person. Like, what do you mean as an old person?
That's
You
right.
just fell.
They're expecting you to be cautious.
What?
Like what
But
Justin
did,
Paul
guys,
did.
did you actually see the video?
I actually saw the-
The lady there that's wearing a red gown, she's like, yo, so that way.
I think
Because
she's the doctor.
I'm like, okay.
But do you know I'm actually glad that nothing happened to her, because she could have fell and hit her head. And, but I'm glad that she was able to also see the humor in it. Like, it's a moment of
What if
Yeah,
she didn't see
that's
the humor? What
that's
it
why
was
I'm saying, but maybe it was funny at
at that
that
time?
moment.
But now that she's sitting and reading the comments and
And it's
seeing
nasty.
people post and repost
Exactly.
and everything.
That's why I always
Mara,
say,
why is she reading the comments? I wouldn't read
it's
the
not
comments.
like you can mice. When you
Exactly.
see that you are trending news, it's not like you can
You-
mice.
You also
She's
go
an
through the
expert.
comments, you read them.
and also
And
it's a society when you
She
walk on the streets,
knows.
be like, oh, nah, glasses away, a stage.
Yeah. Also, this is the thing where you now referencing to me and saying that I know. I will say that I know. I have never been in the public eye, right? And the
Yes.
one time where I did now bring myself here, that means I was opening myself to scrutiny. But in the times as well, nobody came for me until that one time a person decided to fly with something, blowing it out of proportion, and people were coming to me,
Do you
right?
think
for
you should
me.
have been precautious?
No, I don't. Now, what was happening is that you are talking about ignoring the comments. I tried ignoring the comments, but at some point, you can't help it. You end up reading those comments. And when I tell you, I went into a very deep, dark hole that at that point, I felt like nobody could get me out. It was really bad. So I feel like cyberbullying is real. Cyberbullying is a real thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people experience it, whether they liked it or not. She didn't plan to fall. But now when she goes and she reads the comments, it's gonna be like, I shouldn't have done that. Now there's a lot of regret. There's a pile
There's a
up
pile
of
of
things.
things.
Yeah.
I don't think she would be able. I mean, I wouldn't be able to go out.
That's why there is this saying that if something doesn't affect you, you just don't care about it. You understand? Because she's not your relative, she's not your sister, she's not your mom, she's nothing to you. And that's why you feel the need to just like comment however you can.
But
But
how
I
do
believe
people think? Like, why would you make such a comment, man?
we have stupid
45-year-old.
people out there. Like we
And
have
it's
stupid
old
people out there.
Also. People that don't even have degrees.
You would expect it from small kids, high school, to do such things. But a 45-year-old and you're sitting at home, you have nothing to do, you do not work,
Comment.
you
That's
usually
why-
get fed by your mother.
Yeah,
and they have
what
the
are you
audacity
doing?
to come and comment nasty things.
You don't
That's why-
you don't even know Umalu's certificate.
Exactly.
That's
But
why they
you
say
are laughing at a degree holder.
an
think
idle
it's-
mind is a
it's-
devil's workshop. Some
yeah.
people literally sit on top of their brains. You just
what?
think literally it's
Oteni,
smoke.
you
that
throwing
again.
punchlines now. What are you saying?
No, some people literally sit on top of their brains like you literally have nothing.
No,
in
but say that line that
Before.
you said.
Before.
here. An idle mind is a devil's workshop.
Wow. That is wow. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
She's a rep. Didn't you know she's a rep?
So what it simply means is if you're sitting here literally bored, doing nothing, you end up thinking stupid things.
And if you do not work,
You
your mom
know?
still feeds you.
Yes,
You
that's
sit on
what
TikTok,
happens.
There are
your
no
mother pays
jobs,
Wi-Fi for
guys.
you.
Don't say
You're just lazing
you
around the
don't
whole
do
day.
Exactly.
Have nothing to do.
There are
Opening
no
your mouth
jobs,
and just
guys.
like speaking smoke.
Where should they work? There are no jobs.
But
They are-
besides
But
not
do
jobs,
something. Some people are
No,
unemployed.
don't even
with
go there.
nothing.
TikTok, start dancing.
Don't
do
even go
something
there.
Instead of commenting.
You see when
Start
when
dancing on TikTok.
when
Start
you now
dancing.
want to say there's unemployment in Tonton, some people are sitting at home unemployed jalo hana matric hana NQF level hana NCV
Don't even have grade 10.
wahema.
So you must start dancing on TikTok. People start making money on Facebook. Also now you can start posting 10 pictures a day. Facebook will pay you at the end
And
of the
even
month.
Facebook will pay you, you know.
Do something.
Because but that's another topic for another day.
So Mina, I had a question for like every one of you guys. Have you guys experienced bullying in your time in university or even high school?
I have.
I'm gonna say high school. Oh, okay.
I have.
Can you share your experience, please?
I experienced it from from primary, high school, as well as tertiary.
Did you go for therapy? Did you see someone? Did you tell your mom?
No, tell us first what happened.
Okay, so in primary, there are always like those kids who, like those
The
kids.
cool kids.
Exactly, the cool kids.
The girls.
And then who be, because me, I'm just like someone who grew up without a mom. I hope you know. And then when you be like having those kids at school who be bullying you, number one, you don't even have someone to report to.
What did they say?
It's like bullying, when they start making like those groups and like talking things about you, making you feel bad about yourself, like you're just like a nobody kind of. That was the thing in primary, but we were still young. I mean, I guess like most
What did they
people
do now in
like-
tertiary?
in high school, the bullying I got was, okay, in high school, I'm a very smart person. So I got hated for that, number one. So I was bullied like, okay, she's teacher's favorite, she's dating the teachers, like planting
teacher's
things
pet.
to ruin my name. And then in tertiary, so I studied Bachelor of Education at the University of the Free State. And I was staying with the Zulu girls. It's not a good experience.
Relax, no, calm down. Tell us.
No, I'm calm. Don't worry. I'm calm.
Therapy, Melusi.
So how it started was, when jealousy starts for whatever reasons that you're feeling about me that I don't know. And then this girl just had a thing against me, which I don't know where it's coming from. To a point that she would tell me straight to my face that you will never have kids when I just so wish if like your boyfriend can leave you. I can't wait to see how you look
So
like.
much hatred.
Like I did nothing wrong to the person. She would she wouldn't even text. She would tell me like face to face, like those kind of hurtful things. And the most thing that she once told me that even her friends were like, no, you can't. Whereas like this other time whereby she was like, so this girl has 2 kids, right? She was 25 then, and then she came to me, and she was like to me, how old are you? And I was like, I don't know, how old was I? 20 or something. I don't really remember then. And then she was like, yeah, really when you will never fall pregnant in your life because we are banned. I was like, what the hell?
Wena for my roommate, fortunate. Uqalekiswa yimi manje. Mina ngiyaqalekisa when you watch this episode.
She was so
You're gonna
evil.
see it.
Like she was so evil that she was so evil. Like, bro. And then the other one was like, how do you know that? Like, how can you say that to someone? Yes. How do you know that? And she
that is no.
That's
She
dark.
broke every law in
that's
the
dark.
book because firstly that's a
that's
curse
encouraging.
because the power is in the tongue and you can't say so many bad things about a person.
bro, like,
Girl, I hope you see this episode.
If I was the girl, I would be scared now.
and by that time, me being me, I can't even defend myself. All those people, they are Zulu people. I'm the only one coming from Mpumalanga. You don't even know what to do with yourself because they know each other. You understand? And I locked myself in my room and I cried. And then later on, she came and she was
And
like,
no one defended you at that time.
they just reprimanded it that you can't say something like that.
And they thought it was funny.
No, it was not funny. She's not even joking when she starts saying
Yo.
these things. You understand? She's not even joking.
She was serious.
She was so
No,
serious.
she's going through dark things, man. She's not fine.
You understand?
Maybe she was
No, she's
I
not
think
fine.
it's one of
she's
those where-
reflecting.
like she was bothered at the age of 25. Now she's a baby mama of 2.
Do you know maybe sometimes that's what maybe someone told her and then maybe she could have wanted to pass on that that same feeling.
Maybe
But-
they told her that she's gonna have babies non-stop and then she was
Nah.
like, I'm gonna tell somebody that they won't have babies at
What
all.
if they told her we abandoned her?
Is it different baby daddies?
Yeah.
We are banned.
Guys, I didn't say we are. I say allegedly, maybe somewhere.
No, we need to
Melusi,
keep
when
it
have
real.
you been
You can't
bullied
have.
before?
Oh, sorry, but we're keeping it real. Yeah, now we are banned. But I'm not saying people have different baby daddies.
By a band.
I don't think there's someone who banned her.
Yeah, no, we are banda
Right.
from her heart all the way
Yeah.
down.
Like she was so evil. Like she was a true definition of evil. That
Maybe
woman.
Kemuloyi, man.
No, you're not wrong about
Suck
that
that.
because later on, there's some things that we just happened to find out about her.
Yo.
And to a point that she wouldn't
What did you find out?
she wouldn't even hide like these things. So she would like do things like, as a girl, you cannot shower with like white water. Come on, your water must be pink. Must be this. she would tell us that, nah, personally.
Water what?
But if you're speaking about this big
Water
waters,
is what?
That's why they.
Can I
Nah.
please get the water pink?
No.
What's happening with water?
No.
It must be pink.
It
Why?
mustn't
A
be.
dash of pink.
Bayatagata.
Just add some food coloring.
Bayatagata.
Never mageza manta pink.
Yeah. Either
Mata blue.
if coloring bese uyageza.
Musi thina sidlalile, we're here to play, guys.
Something.
Have you ever experienced bullying in
Yeah.
any shape or form?
Yeah, I have. Crazy enough. I have. I feel like I have with my people that I in high school actually. The thing that was happening, you know how as high school learners we think name calling and all those things. There are some things that get to a certain point whereby they get to you, but you don't actually show them. You actually, and you would see it from this person that you would name call this person and then tease them, and you would see that okay, they are starting to become serious now, and some of the learners wouldn't have a stop or a pause. They affect that kind of expression or you reacting like that. It's like you feeding them with more. Let me do it more and more. So I think it did happen eventually, but I grew a skin, man. I grew a skin into that. I don't think it's something that would happen now because I went home and I told my uncle, I was, hey, these guys are telling me this and this. And then it was like, I don't know what, I'll cook you with comebacks. And then I was cooked with comebacks. And then it ended up in the principal's office.
As
Because
long as they didn't cook you in pink water, it's fine.
yeah. But it's wrong, guys. Bullying is still wrong. At the end of the day,
It is.
I don't condone that behavior because it breaks people's confidence. Some people end up actually taking their own lives because of such things. And you would think, we are joking. Don't take it serious. We are joking. And there's someone, you would say something, Ganti, that person is actually going through something like that, or they are trying to break out of that darkness. And when I think, I'm just playing with you now, Paul, don't take it serious. Hey.
But sorry, there is a difference between you playing about it and you meaning it.
Iyako, it's something else.
And when you mean something, it comes from the deeper inside.
You
Like, can
understand?
feel it, but,
And we can even feel the rage in this person's
nah.
eye. And the crazy part is, I understand if you can be bullying someone,
Did
maybe
you
that
hit?
you... I have.
Oh.
She was just like a stupid person who had nothing. So
Now you know. No?
now I know.
Now, if someone else that's stupid bullies you, what do you say?
Now, oh guys, I've grown now.
If they can come and tease you about your shoes and say your shoes are...
Oh, by the way, speaking of, I kind of no, the bullying is still continuing.
don't know.
Now
I
that
just
you
realized
think
I am
about
still
it.
being bullied now. Now that you mentioned it, and I would like to say it out there for anyone who is watching. He still bullies me. Okay, because I went to the
going to
store
make it a
myself,
show.
getting myself these nice shoes, and he literally
Yeah.
Tell them.
It's wrong. I say the shoes are like the marketing research.
I do not defend bullying, but yeah, in the defense of Melusi, Fortunate is always wearing wedges.
excuse me.
And I'm also bullied, guys.
Okay.
I'm also coming out. They are saying I'm tambo, guys. You know when I say puka, they are saying I'm tambokulu and bones. They call me Mr. Bones. If you didn't know, so I'm also bullied, guys.
That's not bullying.
Didn't end.
We never got to hear if Abo got...
We didn't actually get your side of the story.
But we were still just going to Abo first because...
No, why? We're starting from the camera to back of the camera. Why are you running away?
I was bullied online by that lady. That lady that got me depressed for a whole Saturday. A Saturday where I could have been outside because the sun was out.
Yeah.
I see you, lady. But it's fine.
And I didn't think you were bullyable, yes?
I do have a thick skin, but also because at one point I was the problem.
Yeah, I wanna...
And I'm not proud of that at all. Because some things you don't see when you are the perpetrator, right? I used to be in a friend group where we were known as Banabale Bashapang.
Bashayana.
And I
No,
was
man.
a part of the group.
Uthi bana bashayana.
Yeah, like Rashapa.
But
Bushayana
Like,
wena
siyashaya.
manje.
that. That's shy.
Here's the thing. I was in the group, right? Not that anybody had seen me do that, right? But as time progressed, I started identifying as that. That was in high school.
Birds of the same feather.
Flock together.
Yes. So yes, at one point I didn't provoke people, but if people did provoke me, I was very quick to
beat.
That time, look at the
ukshayana,
fingers.
right?
You've beaten people.
Yes.
With this hand?
This very small hand of mine. And also, I don't know, this is also like a thing where people also just say that I come from a very violent family, because I don't know, my dad is a cop, and when he was like disciplining people, quick, fast, in a hurry.
And then I move it on.
And yeah, and then like even with my uncles and even with like everybody's just quick too, but like barata or sharper, you understand? And then at some point I also identified with that
As a discipline mechanism.
exactly. So I would share here to those that I did. Guys, I'm so sorry. That was not me. This is me. I'm a
Abobani
soft girl.
mhlambe bantu obashayile.
I'm a
Apologize
soft
to
girl. I'm really sorry, guys.
This is so annoying.
Like,
And then
did you beat anyone that you know?
that you guys know? No.
Not that is important.
Did you beat your partner once?
A partner.
Like your relationship partner?
I wouldn't say that.
Friends?
No, what would you say? You
Why
wouldn't say
would
that.
now?
What
Why
would
would
you
I
say?
I want
fight
you to
with people that are-
apologize.
No, the people that I fought with were like they were not my friends. It's like somebody that was like gossiping about me, and I heard the gossip, and I was like, I'm gonna get you, and
then
I
you-
did.
Sharp.
But
Guys.
it was never anything intense. And then I think I've bullied someone emotionally before. I'm really sorry if I did that to you.
Disclaimer, guys. Can you please don't gossip about mine? Please.
Just to
For
correct.
your safety.
Like I said, I'm a soft girl now, very soft.
Are you sure?
If you kuluma ngiyakhala. Say something better, I cry.
And it's also not just physical bullying. Like you said, emotional.
Emotionally, I think I've said some really bad things to some people. I'm not sure.
Why? Why did you say those mean things?
Yeah, so sometimes you're like in the heat of the moment.
No, you just said people. The first part you said people act like that, and then they said, it's rage, what.
Which, listen, some things like like honale, there's this thing like you can get mad, right? To a certain point where you'll be like, hey, let me just shut up. And then there's that mad where you pass that let me just shut up point, and then you talking, and then you're like, yeah, Maran, what am I
Mara,
saying?
why are you
here?
allowing yourself
Best
to
way
get to that point?
scusa.
And when, like you can take things to a certain point.
Yeah, but so at some point, like you it's like if your mother is that mother earning shh, 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 and you're
Do
not
you know-
hearing the shh, and eventually she's gonna be like, hi,
Yeah.
yeah, bo.
But I mean, I feel like, guys, this thing, you learn it because, like, okay, let's say when Ekagin, they trying to discipline you, they talk, yeah, you know, when unfortunate, what you did, and then like your father or your aunt is talking to you about that, would you talk back to them? Because you sit down and listen.
Magatin.
Naga tetisa.
Okay,
No,
that's
but it's
different,
different.
Melusi.
Yeah, it's
That's
different.
I mean, there's even in families, there's
Aye.
things that you can take in.
No,
and there's things where you'll be like, nah.
Also that thing you Melusi, that is like it caused trauma in so many
Serious?
people. Like you can't talk to a child and raise your voice. You have to talk to a child in a proper manner so that
You
they
need to understand each other.
Yeah, that like I'm being disciplined. Okay, you can't raise your voice.
No,
at a
Mara
child.
didn't say raise your voice. Like tetisa.
What is tetisa?
Do you know you can tetisa with a calm
Melusi.
voice? You can tetisa with a calm voice.
Yeah,
And
that's reprimanding. It's not it is.
Nice.
can tetisa what? Hey, guys, you just said it in English, Mara. That's the difference. I fortunate. Now I understand that girl. I'm joking.
God, you didn't say that.
I'm joking, guys. Thank you so much
Santorin.
for joining us today. And if you do also face such a problem, feel free to speak to anyone, guys. And there are also sites that if you still it's a problem, please visit someone that you can talk to and therapists, because it can build a vision of you that you will never like. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Till we see you next time, same place on the Number One Student Podcast. Yeah, utshena nabonke bomzala nabo auntie nabamkhulu ukuthi bangabholish bangathethisi ba subscribe ku podcast. Siyabonga. So nibona next week.